Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the West Ham Network for today's Hammers headlines, which is in association with the guys over at kumb.com. Please make sure you do go over there and check them out. Today's rendition is the 20th of May, and I've got absolutely heaps and heaps and heaps of things to go through today. So I am going to get started very, very quickly. If you are new around here, though, please make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up, of course. Please leave a comment. We will respond when we do get a chance. But first up today, and that is on the news that we're hearing about West Ham are set to sign on loan goalkeeper Alphonse Areola permanently for the reported fee of £10 million. That's according to the Italian journalist Di Marzio, who's a very reputable journalist who claims that the 29-year-old has agreed to remain at West Ham despite being the backup for Fabianski this season. We did have a £10 million clause in his deal, and Di Marzio is stating that the deal will be activated. He joined West Ham on loan with a buy to deal from PSG last summer and has since clocked up 18 appearances for West Ham, conceding just 15 goals and keeping 8 clean sheets. He states that West Ham are convinced by Areola and therefore will be giving him the chance to challenge for the #1 shirt next season. He's a great keeper and he's played at the highest level at both club levels and international levels. He's also just been called back up to the French national side. And West Ham's current #1, Fabianski, is out of contract next summer. And next season could be the start of the slow removal of the #1 goalkeeper currently. And at £10 million, Areola does seem to be a bargain. And we will definitely see that next season, so it'll be interesting to see what David Moyes does do with the Areola deal. Leave your comments in below and let me know your thoughts on the potential for West Ham to bring in Areola on the permanent deal. I, for one, am definitely delighted at that. So next is we're going to be looking at the David Moyes press conference. So we used to do a show on the press conference, and I thought, do you know what? Moving forward for the next season, we'll throw it into the Hammers headlines and see what we can do moving forward there. So he's a busy man. So I'm going to bring up some of the slides where David Moyes was talking, particularly today ahead of the Brighton game. A massive game for West Ham because we've got the opportunity, of course, to finish 6th. If we need to go and beat Brighton, bogey team in the Premier League, and Manchester United need to be defeated at Crystal Palace. So we need them to be doing us a favour. So I'll go straight on to Moyes' update. He was asked about team news, and he said Saïd Benrahma should be fit for the game. Issa Diop's ankle is not quite right yet, but we'd expect Benrahma to be available. Mark, as in Mark Nobles, played well enough to play in the team and be involved. So if the right opportunity comes along, then yes, but I'll only do what I think is right to get the best result. Obviously, it'll be a big day for him. Of course, that's Mark Noble's last dance, and I'll come on to Mark Noble very, very shortly. Next up is Moyes talking about is 6th place in the Premier League progression for the club, and he said, I believe so. I believe we've tried to maintain, maybe not quite better, but we've gone further in most of the cup competitions than we've done for a long time, especially in Europe. To maintain where we've been in the Premier League, we've got probably the best 2 teams in the world football now, and we're on the verge of maybe breaking into the big 6 again, and he is absolutely bloody right, and isn't he? He then is asked a question about building the squad. He said we can add to it and maybe get a bit more competition in some areas that we've had at the moment. We've got a real difficult game this weekend. The truth is I've probably been looking forward 6 months to a year. How can I grow a little bit better and stronger? I've been at it all the time, and I've never stopped thinking about the future and growing the club. I want things better around the training ground and the stadium. There are lots of things I want to build, but with regards to players, we hope we'll be able to add and what we've got next season, and so do I. We all know ourselves, don't we, that we desperately need to bring in strength and depth in this squad, and there's no doubts about it. I do believe we will bring that in. So let me go on to the next part, which he was asked about Brighton. He says, they're in great form. I like Graham Potter's work and their model is really good. There are different ways you can play in football and different styles. It's good to see clubs who do it different ways, and Brighton have a really good model, and I like the work they do. They've always been tough for us, and we're well aware of that, but we've got a slightly different mindset because we've secured European football, but we've also got a goal of possibly finishing one place higher up, and I think we need to go all out and get that victory, you know, knock down that voodoo, which is the Brighton voodoo that we've got, and hope that Crystal Palace can go and get a result against Manchester United. And if they can, we then go for the Europa League rather than the Europa League Conference. I'll take the Europa League Conference. It's European football. I underestimated the competition last season, and I certainly won't do that this season. because we are definitely going to be playing European football, which is a massive achievement for West Ham, of course. Moyes went on and spoke about the season itself. He said, I think that we're going into the game having already got European football. It's a huge plus for us and a great achievement. But the thought we could finish sixth again after the year we've had and the competition, whatever we've done this year, we've been able to maintain this season, which is a good sign. And I hope we can roughly maintain and build on it for next season as well. This season, we've had 12 extra matches and gone further in the Carabao Cup than we have for a long time. Even in the FA Cup, all these things add up as extra games, and we found it quite difficult, but we've also found it quite enjoyable. The European Cup games were incredibly exciting. In some of the cups, we have decent draws, but in the Carabao Cup, we had a really tough draw. And it's true. And I think we should really be proud as West Ham fans of the season. We can always sit here and say hindsight's a wonderful thing and think, well, what if you brought in and you strengthened this and you strengthened that? Where would we have been? You're talking about, a prolific goal scorer now in Europe is Sebastian Haller, who was at West Ham, who didn't succeed at West Ham. And I'm not trying to say that, we didn't really feed him into his style, but if we had fed his style, would that have had a detrimental effect on our team? Who knows? So leave your comments in there as well. And that's some of the press conference from Mr. David Moyes today. So please leave your comments in there. It looks like Saeed Benrahma will probably make a comeback. And will he start for his last game of the season? We'll have to wait and see, of course. So I'll move on to the next story. And of course, it's all about this man, Mark Noble's last dance. I need to put the image up for you as well. Oh my word, sorry, apologies for that. Noble's last dance. We had a fantastic send-off last week against Man City. What an atmosphere. It was a great atmosphere. West Ham were very unlucky not to walk away with the 3 points. And it was a really big celebration for the legend that is Mark Noble. But that's not just all. West Ham have now honoured him again by naming the new academy development pitch at Chadwell Heath the Mark Noble Arena in honour of our retiring club captain. So let me bring up some of the images from the Mark Noble Arena today. It's a state-of-the-art all-weather surface. It has FIFA quality pro marks specifically tested to mimic the high performance and safety requirements for professional football, and will provide our academy scholars of all ages with a first-class training facility all year round. The pitch has also been enhanced with new fencing and dedicated spectator area, and is branded with bespoke artwork and imagery paying tribute to Noble's career and status as one of the greatest academy graduates of modern times. As you can see from these images here, the facility looks quality and there's some nice bespoke artwork. Mark Noble went on and said that he is truly honoured to have this academy facility named after him. Chadwell Heath has a very special place in his heart. It's where I first kicked a ball for West Ham United, where I grew up as a player and as a person, and where I learned so much from so many good people. There's so much great work that goes on behind the scenes at the academy. All the coaches and support staff who devote their time to developing the players on the pitch and also instilling the standards and values off the pitch that are so important. It's wonderful that they have such a fantastic facilities here at Chadwell Heath now, because it's helped to create a really special environment. And I think it's a nice little added bonus there, a nice little send-off, another kind of reminder of what it is when one man stays at one club for his whole career, a club that he supports, loves, lives and breathes. He'll be in and around West Ham. I have no doubts about that. I don't know what capacity, but I think it would be silly for West Ham not to maximise and have him around the squad at somewhere, at some capacity, academy or whatever. But it'll be great to see him come in and stay with the club long term, which I think he will, which is really good. So that brings an end to today's Hammers headlines. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please leave a comment in the comment section below. Big game against Brighton coming up. Please tune in tomorrow evening where we'll have our last match build-up preview show before the Brighton game on Sunday. And we've got a long summer ahead. The players will get a break. We'll all get a break. And it's going to be a big summer of transfers, as you can imagine. Loads of stories out there. We bring them to you every single day. And we do stipulate that we're not ITKs and we have no interest in being ITKs. And we're not saying we're signing these players. We're just looking into them and saying, well, are they capable of coming to West Ham? Would West Ham look at them? So Benrahma could be back. Diop's not back, so that's the end of his season. Is that the last time we'll see Diop? Areola may sign. Looks like he is going to sign on a permanent deal to West Ham. Mark Noble is honoured. It's his last dance. Let's give West Ham fans and Mark Noble the best send-off by beating Brighton, and hope Crystal Palace do us a favour against Manchester United. I've been Anton. This is the West Ham Network. Come on, you Irons.